Well, you can be. So I'm out here checking things out because I'm trying to purge and clean. And mainly this mess of beans that's like all along in here with my vines. But then I come across and found several little melons coming on. And there's one. And there's two. And then if we keep going along here, be patient here. I gotta find it. Hold on. I'm gonna pause till I find it. Okay, well, I can't find the one I'm looking for, but nonetheless, I know it's there because I pushed it through the fence hole. But then I also found this guy hiding out in here. The bean I just got off of there, another one. But that other one was right along in here, and it was hanging on the outside, and I just went ahead and pushed it through to the other side, and it's bigger than a golf ball, but not as big as a baseball size melon. I don't know. It's in there somewhere. This is part of the reason I was going to clean all this out, but now I'm not. Look at this big cantaloupe hanging back here. All right, so anyways, so we've got all of that growing along in there. There's some things I harvested today. I'm going to dry these sunflowers out for seeds. These I'm going to make a bouquet out of. I got some long beans in here. Some nice sized corn. 3 cobs. There's probably a couple more ready, but I just left them. We got beans, peppers, tomatoes, eggs, some more sunflowers for seeds in there. And then down here, I don't know if these are the yellow mini watermelons or the crimson sweet, but either way, they're both yellow fruit watermelon. And so we've got 3 down here. Back there's my squash. Still going strong. Still going strong. Original vines from May. And here's another melon of this variety. There's a cantaloupe, which I harvested one last night. I posted a short. And it was so juicy and good. And over here, we've got a melon here, a melon there. There's the cantaloupe that I showed you from the other side. Oh, there's that little melon right there. Now I see it from this side. Right there. And there's my dead zucchini. Every zucchini I plant dies, dead. This is some Cocozelle squash, which I've got to get this fixed up, but it's got a fruit on it. And back there's my corn on the back row, being covered by these gigantic tomatillos. They're so big. But anyways, and there's another little baby melon. I know over here near this big one here. I saw it earlier. Let's see if I can find it. There it is, right there. Right there. I'm so excited about these melons and squash and how well they're doing. I gotta water things. My daughter's using the hose to wash the dogs right now. So, but later this is all gonna get watered. And here's the corn. I took that corn that I showed you in the basket over there off of. And there's definitely more on here. I probably could have harvested a couple more like this right here. But when I looked here, it wasn't quite all the way dry. So I just didn't want to risk it being not ready. So we can wait. But this, like I said, it needs watered. But this is a buttercup squash. My loofah, which is still out of control. But I finally got blooms up there. You can see some there. There's some up on the top, and there's more up on the top parts. But I just don't know what to do with this hot mess. I'm just gonna leave it, I guess. And if I get a couple loofah, that would be good. I would be happy and satisfied. This is the first year I've really done gardening to this. Had a few crops last year, but not really like a garden. And I've been pruning and cutting as I go along. I've got to get some more deadly disease leaves off of these tomato vines, but you can see they're draped over the fence because they're just so huge, and so is the loofah. And so is the loofah all the way over the chicken area over there. It's wild. But anyways, these tomato vines are also wild, so I didn't know what else to do with them because when I cleaned all this out the other night, they were just so droopy and ready to break, so I just flopped them over so they'd have something sturdy and stability and they can hang. These are just empty beds. Peppers, these are the Hungarian wax. Looks like they might be starting to turn. And another empty one that I'm going to put something else in. Over here I got more tomatillos, my peanuts, and these are bell peppers, and these are, I believe, also bell peppers, maybe. They're the mini purple bell. And then here we have some more of the wax peppers, a couple smaller tomatillos that was hidden underneath of the corn stalks, and the overgrown tomato vines that was just hovering over everything. So these guys are out in the open now. Here's the mess I've cleaned up, waiting on it to dry down a little bit, and then I'll get rid of it. This is an empty container I'm going to put something in. This is my lemon boy. I left it. It's looking a little rough. I could probably prune a little more of this disease leaves off of here, but it's got several tomatoes on here still, so I'm trying to hold on to it because I love them lemon boys, and I did not get very many, so I want to get as many as I can, and I did save seeds for next year. There's a beautiful sunflower, my grapevine. Horrible. Didn't. It grew, but then it stopped. I don't know if it was too much rain or what the heck was going on, but... And then over here, I've got more tomato vines. I hard pruned these earlier. Got some Swiss chard. Another sunflower. These are jalapeno peppers. Here. Saved that bean plant. These are chilies. Here. Looks like I got one starting to turn down there. These things have been hanging for a while, but it's just taken them forever to start to ripen. But their things are pretty open now, so hopefully they'll do a little better. Hey, so as I'm cleaning out, I'm finding things that I didn't know. I kind of had given up on any okra because I want to try it. I've never had it. But look. So I'm cleaning out, pruning off these sunflowers. It was kind of hidden behind, but now that looks like it's going to take off. So, you know, I don't know how many I'll get, but I want to try it. So, never had it. We got a cute little eggplant there. We got one forming here. We got, I think there's a flower in there. I don't know what's going to happen with that one, but I know I have at least two on this. And again, it's one of those things I've never had, and I wanted to try it. So I'm growing it. And we got a bloom on this little one, and also on this little one. And these are newly planted peppers. I started these seedlings 627, and they're called, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's ETI, like LUDA peppers. I got them from Baker's Creek. So again, just more pruning of these tomato vines. Caught a squirrel out here this morning up on my fence. And this is banana peppers. Oh, look, there's one on there. Look at that, my first banana pepper. Y'all don't know what luck I've had with these things. These banana peppers have not been doing well. There's another one. And yep, we're finally getting some banana peppers on, so that's pretty exciting. These are the new pumpkin seedlings I planted the other week. I don't know if I'll get any, but we'll see. And more tomatoes. And these are my long beans over here. Got some scarlet runner beans. Another gigantic overgrown tomatillo. Peanuts. Everything really needs watered, but my peanuts are doing great. So I'm kind of following what they're doing, and everything's going along with like the schedule that I'm reading as far as when the flowers bloomed and when the little pegs come out, and you know how much time it took from planting for all that to happen. So I think they're good. We'll find out when we harvest. And so this is the other view of the hot mess that I was gonna yank out of here tonight. But then when I saw all those Kentucky pole beans, I'm like, no, because it's putting out beans. I got quite a few beans. Look, here's another one. So, oops, I broke it, but that's okay. So long as it's putting out, I'll keep it and just try to get rid of all this ugly looking bad stuff. There's another bean. So, I also had Kentucky pole beans over there, and when I was cleaning things out, I harvested probably that basket from the Dollar Tree, probably a half of one, because they were just hidden and I could not see them. But so there's another view of my squash I've got on the vines. These two squash are, like I said, beginning of the season. Started them like March and kept them all through the spring, and they just keep putting out. I was out here and every day during vine squash bug season and getting off the vine board, the eggs rather, and all that. I just harvested some chamomile earlier too. This is a Malabar spinach. It's so good, you guys. So tender. You can eat the stems and the leaves. And that's my sickly looking sweet potato plant. So I don't know what's going on with that. But again, here's just a quick overview. Oh, these are my new cucumber seedlings, second round of cucumbers. And these are all different varieties than I initially planted. So I've got, this is White Wonder. These two are Garden Bush. And this is a Wisconsin SMR 58, sorry. Whatever that means, I don't know. Lemon cucumbers, these two right here. And these two, oh no, that's a lemon cucumber, that's a lemon cucumber. This is also a lemon cucumber. And this one, also a lemon cucumber. So four lemon cucumbers, and then these other guys. And out front in the green stalk, I got some mini white cucumbers and some Space Master or Space Saver, whatever it's called, cucumbers. So I've got new harvest of cucumbers coming on. So I'm going to pause this and go look at something else. My girls are being mellow. They're probably getting ready to go down soon. They're relaxing at the moment. So this is my acai kiwi. It was about this big when I planted it early spring or late spring, around April, May-ish, somewhere in there. These are sunflowers, and it says that they're a blue sunflower, which I read is more like they usually end up being purple. So, and this is another tomato plant. I think this is the one I started from a suckling off of another tomato plant, and I think it's a cherry variety. And here's my Brussels sprouts, the gift that keeps on giving. These guys also been planted since very early spring, but we're getting some good harvest off of these now, and they just keep putting out new sprouts. So that's exciting. All right, so here I am out front, and over here I've got corn. This is the 65-day variety, the same thing I showed you in the back that I just harvested some from, and more corn. So it was that bed, and then this bed was the next one, and then this one, and I think I'm going to plant one more because it's only 65-day variety corn. We got more sweet potatoes here. Another tomato. which I've got to prune out a little bit and get rid of some of this diseased stuff. But these, I read, are called like green zebra cherry tomatoes. The flesh inside is green. And that's my olive tree, asparagus, blackberry, raspberry, blueberry, right there, my mint. And I did a little short on the green stalk last night, but this green stalk is going to be for fall stuff like spinach, beets, radishes, probably lettuce, kale, things of that nature. These are herbs. But I ordered another green stalk, which is supposed to be here tomorrow, that I ordered specifically for herbs because I just feel like they need a little bit more space. Although these have worked out really good, so I can't complain too much. Strawberries. Okay, so yeah, I've had these strawberries. These were the first ones that I planted out. I can't remember the name of them right now off the top of my head. If I remember before we close out, I'll let you know. But I know these were tribute strawberries. And they're just growing runners, and so I'm just like sticking them in wherever. Look at that cute little strawberry. I have to eat that when it's ready to eat. But I went over this green stalk last night, and I've got some herbs in here also, which I'll probably transfer over once I get the herb green stalk set up and ready to go. And these are the Space Master cucumbers. Got some lettuce, salad bowl variety. It says salad bowl lettuce. The Bush Champion cucumbers, ground cherries. These are butternut squash, beans, parsley on the bottom, more butternut squash, more beans, oregano, echinacea. These are called orange hat tomatoes. These are the little mini tomato plants, mini cherry tomato plants that only get like 6 to 10 or 8 to 12 inches tall, but they're a container variety. Most people can grow them inside. So I got two different kinds. This is the yellow gourmet. One of these said 6 to 10, and I think the other one said 8 to 12, but I don't remember which one said which. So, and then I have one more pocket of these combined somewhere along in here. And these are the Bush Champion cucumbers. I think we already looked at that. Yeah, and the ground cherries. And this is the Roseland, what does it say? Hold on. Oh, the Roseland small white cucumbers. So I've got 1, 2 of those. And like I said, this is the, it's called salad bowl lettuce. And I've got basil in here, which will probably also get moved once I get the other green stalk up. And this is iceberg lettuce. It's starting to brown around the edges, so I don't know. I might just pull it up. I'll just let it go and see what it does. I'll probably prune off some of these outer leaves. Take them back there and give them to the chickens, because I tasted one and it's pretty bitter. So this is sun sugar cherry tomatoes. And this is lavender. And this is the Space Master cucumber right here, this little one. And then, yep, up here is just the strawberries. And it looks like the strawberry spinach is finally growing. So I have 3 of those guys up here. Strawberry spinach. I don't know if it'll make it to harvest, but I thought I'd give it a shot. And then I have some dwarf sunflower varieties also in this green stalk. There's the other one. It's here somewhere. It's here somewhere. But I planted like 2 or 3 of them. So that's what's going on in that yellow green stalk. And then we've got lemon balm, dill, basil on the bottom, marigolds. This was lemon balm that I harvested off there. I think I did it wrong, so I don't know if it'll come back. But this is calendula flower that goes around here. There's one that's half bloomed. I don't know what that's about. This is more dill. This was lettuce. This is the lemon balm. More dill over there. And more basil. And this is a cilantro that went to seed. And then I think this is peppermint. Yeah. Peppermint, thyme, spearmint, basil, more cilantro, more basil, and then also in the back I have some sage too. I didn't show it to you, but I have it. But these guys over here, I've had these since last year. They got really bad sunburn early in because I set them right out in the direct sun. But these are dragon fruit, actually, and they were way bigger until I ruined them, so I had to kind of whack them off and start all over again. So that's what those are. And then just some of my house plants that I bring out when the weather's warm. All right, so, oh, one more area. More tomatillos, more of those green zebra cherry tomatoes, tomatillo and cherry tomatoes in this, and you can't tell it's two different things because they're all bunched together. And more bell peppers. These have potatoes in them. Green beans. My banana tree. I'm hoping and praying that it fruits this year. Look at that big leaf on the top. It's huge. And then I have lime tree, Valencia orange, calamundan, lemon. Actually, that's the lemon. This is the lime. That's a Meyer lemon. This is a lime. I think it's a key lime. And then I found out, I was like, what is that? It's green amaranth. And then back here I have an apple tree, which does have apples. And oddly enough, it has new blooms on it. So I don't know what's going on with it. I think it's, don't know what time of the year it is. But anyways. Sorry, I had to pause you a minute. But here's my other apple tree and a third apple tree. But this one, when we brought it home, lost all of its leaves. But I've checked it. It's alive. So I'm just kind of leaving it hang out. I don't know what's going on with it. So that's all of my garden stuff that I have going on right now. All right, y'all. Be blessed and have a good night.